Sister Star with the Star Blooms. I don't know if you caught it or not. Peace, Sister Star with the Star Blooms. 1122. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to Archangel Michael for cloaking, shielding, and protecting me and my auric field, casting away any and all monitoring spirits, intentions, thought processes, and projections being sent or aimed towards my heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, as well as my crown. Thank you to my benevolent ancestors, as I am assigned and aligned to my higher self. Thank you to the Most High for allowing me to be a clear channel, allowing any and all messages of clarity and truth to come through at this time without any disruptions or interferences. Abracadabra, make it so, I say Asheo. The Most High is in the midst of wrecking your plans because greater is in store for you. Trust your intuition at this rate. And the reason why you being guided to trust your intuition is not just because of this goodwill measure that you're making towards yourself to allow you to do it again. It's because you know different and you know better at this time. There's this rate of allowing the truth to be spoken and not, ooh. I don't like how they channeled that through me, y'all. I don't want to say it. There was something that they used to do back in the day that they would call like buck breaking. I just seen it in my head. That's why I ain't like it. There's a rate of corrupt energy that is present within your auric field. For whomever this message is at, you may be at a rate of depicting whether or not you should continue to use forces towards the greater outcome for everybody. This is not a rate where Spirit is asking you to surrender your heart in this rate of not caring or not giving a F, right? This is you being able to register and actually acknowledge truth and rates and patterns. Lately, there's been this constant frequency and this heightened attention towards being able to be in the midst of pattern recognition that is present within your auric fields. For those who are here to actually break the cycles and continue to move forward. I keep on hearing them say what's up ahead. It's going to amplify at the rate of truth that you're willing to be present in. There's this muzzle that somebody's wanting to place over you, over your energy, over how you're seen, over how you're experienced, over how other people perceive you. They're wanting to attack your character. They've placed a narrative over you. They've thrown dirt on your name. They went out of their way to petition for your downfall. But Spirit says no more. And the reason why it has to be this catastrophic in towards whatever it is that you're in the midst of trying to keep holding up, because I see somebody's like they just trying to hold it up. What you don't recognize is, thank you for the confirmation, Spirit, still thinking about it, right? What you don't recognize, what you're still trying to figure out, Spirit already took care of it. And what's ahead of you isn't necessarily just you trying to rush and get to the next point and not allowing yourself to fear what you once feared. Thank you, Spirit. I can slow down. I see someone who wants to try to keep their family together. Spirit is not saying that you failed at this rate, and you shouldn't look at it like you failed. Just because other people have their own idea of what they're willing to contribute does not mean what you contributed or what you desired the outcome to be in a circumstance. It doesn't mean that it's negative, good, or bad. It just means sometimes you have to allow yourself to allow well enough to be said and just allow it to just be done at what it is. Do not continue to move at a rate being the only one who is trying to keep up a community of energy And it be a community of energy. If you're a wife in a home trying to ensure that your whole family is set, but there isn't any reciprocation in that. If you're a girlfriend in a relationship and you're trying to make sure that you and your partner is at this rate, but there's no reciprocation. If you're a friend in a friendship and you're trying to constantly be there, pour out to your friend, and there's no reciprocation. If you're a business owner in a community and you're continuing to try to show up for your community, but there's no reciprocation, there's no back and forth, there's no support or appreciation for what it is that you're pouring out, what you're giving. Pull your energy back and allow yourself to be realigned to that which is going to acknowledge you, see you, and also represent the truth in the exchange. Okay? Spirit is coming in, the Most High is coming in, Source is coming in to wreck your plans, because you were always intended to have greater and more than what it is that you are in the experience of. And it might be painful. It might be painful. It might be uncomfortable. You might not like how this feels. You might not like how it tastes in your mouth. It might be difficult for you to thank you, Spirit. It might be difficult for you to digest this or allow this to sit within your stomach. Spirit is saying that they don't want you to go within at this point. And what I mean by this is sometimes when we have, it's a word that I learned. I think it's called uniwahi. I don't know. It's a while ago that I learned it. There's this rate of having a trauma occur between exchange and energies. And when this event occurs, a lot of the times there's almost a piece that kind of shatters off of you that basically sits down in your gut. And what happens is that your soul will wrap itself around this piece of you to protect it, because there's this infliction that you're in the rate of processing, right? And because you've allowed yourself to be frozen within this space based off of this experience, this hurt, this harm, this thought process, this exchange, this non-exchange, however it may be, right? Sometimes you have this rate of walking away from that space, but then still being frozen there. Spirit is asking you that when you release the reins and you take your hands off of trying to control this tower, because somebody is trying to keep a tower from falling. Okay? Soon as you take your hands off of it, you'll be able to see what was already there that you could physically perceive within your body, your vessel. You allow yourself to align to race of truth, where you could actually perceive what it is that you've been having a hard time processing, but the reality of it won't be something that you have to miss. You won't have to lie about what you're in the experience of. You'll get to basically not just speak about what the truth is, but you'll get to be in the rate of living and experiencing and feeling it in order for it to heal. You get to go to that moment, even if you haven't arrived there yet. Good God. I want y'all to hear me. You get to be in the midst of what you see coming, even if it hasn't arrived yet, okay? And allow yourself to be in the truth of what it is that you desire the outcome to be for your greater good, what is in your hands to be able to contribute. So what am I saying? If you recognize that this is a situation where you've given all that you are being willed to give from within, and you're being called to withhold what it is that you feel that is so sacred, that isn't being reciprocated, that isn't being supported, that isn't being loved, that isn't being poured back into, right? And you feel that you need to pull that back. Start to nurture and love yourself in the spaces and rates where you speak life into the places where you feel like it wasn't being contributed at the time. Allow yourself to be at the rate of where you speak the truth of what is. These connections didn't follow through because these weren't meant to be the people who were going to be with me. There's nothing wrong with me in this season. There's nothing wrong with how I showed up in this season, unless if there is. Allow yourself to be truthful at this rate and have a very, very clear picture on what it is that you've been in the process of, okay? But there's nothing wrong with me in this season to where I have to continue to pour into an empty space. My faith is real, and in my rate of faith, there's a truth and representation of my energy. And my energy says that as I am, so shall I be, and so shall I receive. Okay, so I'm not going to be pouring out good, pure energy, and then I'm not getting nothing back, because that's not the truth and representation of who it is that I am. So you don't have to continue to fight the outcome and create conflict and have this rate of calamity based off of the interferences that you feel like you're perceiving at this point. because you think that there's some rate of resistance that's occurring that isn't supposed to be happening. There's a pause and a hold in this space because the Most High is coming in to create a reconstructed manner. There's something that's corrupt that's around you and in this space. Spirit wants you to release it and let it go. It's not gonna be easy, but it's best for you, and you get to be at the rate to where you receive what it is that you truly desire. Peace. I love you. I hope this message helped.